So I have a bit of a confession that I need to come clean about. I have become completely addicted to Forza Horizon 5 ever since it came out on Gamepass last week. I'm not much of a racing fan and I had no intentions whatsoever of making any videos about Forza, but after all the time I've been spending with it, I've developed some questions and opinions about this game. I don't really feel qualified to do a review here since I have little to no experience with the franchise, and I haven't really been playing with the intentions of exploring every aspect of the game equally. I have noticed there does seem to be a ton of new players like myself pulled into this epic open world racing sim, and so I want to explore why that is. How is it that this game is able to capture the attention of so many gamers, hardcore and casuals alike? Why does everyone and their mom like Forza Horizon 5? The first aspect of Forza Horizon 5's success is kind of obvious, but definitely worth mentioning and going over, and that is Gamepass. It goes without saying, but you get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to Gamepass. $10 to $15 a month, you get access to a lot of quality first and third party games like the latest FIFA and Madden, Halo, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, and of course Forza Horizons 4 and now 5. As I mentioned at the top, I generally am not much of a racing fan unless you count Mario Kart, which I think most people would consider to be a kart racer. But the point I'm trying to make here is that by having Forza on Game Pass, people like myself who are intrigued and interested by the game are actually able to give it a try without committing to a full $60. I'm sure all of you watching have had an experience like this at one point or another where a game looks amazing and then you just had to have it. You buy it or you even pre-order it in advance, and then what you ended up paying was actually a massive disappointment that led you to second guess all of your financial decisions starting with that full price game. So the first point here is accessibility. With almost 20 million Game Pass subscribers, Forza Horizon 5 is a very accessible game to a huge number of players. Once a new player decides to give Forza a try, they are greeted with one of the best looking games up to this point. As with most racing games, Forza Horizon 5 flexes its visual prowess to the point where anyone can appreciate it. It doesn't take a hardcore gamer or a car guy to go, wow, that insert car here looks amazing. Hardcore and casual gamers alike don't spend hours and hours playing a game purely for the graphics, but stunning visuals definitely entice a wide gambit of players to try a game. With the performance and quality modes, there's an option for everyone on any current Xbox console and PC, which kind of goes back to accessibility. The next biggie is that the game rewards you for playing. Everything you do is an excuse to give you XP, in-game currency, and a ton of free stuff. If you drive flawlessly through traffic at over 100 miles per hour, you get rewards, as do you if you epically crash into a tree, and you also get rewards for that as well. Every action you do leads towards progression, and it almost kind of reminds me of kind of a funny comparison, but it reminds me of Pokemon in a lot of ways. There's a cycle that's kind of similar to both games. In both games, you have a car or a Pokemon that you train and level up, get experience for, and then you can apply upgrades or level them up or whatever it may be, and then they become more and more powerful, and the next thing you know, you become better and better as a trainer or as a driver. How everything you do moves towards progression in that kind of circle. The next subject that I've already been talking about, but that's Forza Horizon 5 does a great job of giving players plenty of options to really cater their playstyle. Horizon 5 already flirts a line between arcade and simulated racer, but you can really influence it more in one direction or another here. If you like to have the training wheels on at just crazy high speeds, that's here. Or you can also turn off most of those features to really simulate a real driving experience. So it kind of goes both ways. As any experienced player can see by my footage here, I'm not good at all. Been mostly playing on novice and average. But with that said, I did find that I got a lot more out of my experience once I turned off most of the assist options, minus a brake line. I also turned on manual shifting, which was a night and day difference for me and my understanding of what the car was doing through corners. Even in the game modes, you don't really have to do anything. There are plenty of different racing activities to partake in, like track driving, street races, cross-country racing, drag racing, and rally racing. If rally racing's your thing, you can spend all your time doing that, or even just rack up points driving around without any particular goal in mind, not even participating in anything. Playground Games has crafted a very uniquely modular game here. You can kind of do anything that you could want involving cars in this open world, which takes me to my last point. Forza Horizon 5 is a car game, not a racing game. You can race in a variety of different settings with different options as mentioned, but that's not all that you're doing here. Some players spend a ton of time adding mods and fine-tuning their machines, while others might just pick a car and leave it stock, focusing on racing. There's basically any combination here offered. I thought it was so clever for coming up with this phrasing all on my own, but after watching a few reviews I realized plenty of gaming channels are making similar remarks about the game being centered around cars, not exclusively racing. But I still think it's a crucial part of the formula that works here. If you appreciate cars on a visual level as pieces of functional art, you will get just as much out of this title as any racing monkey or gearhead. To wrap up and reiterate my points, Gamepass opens the doors to a wide array of gamers who would normally be timid to trying what people consider to be a racing game. Second, the presentation department of the game knocks it out of the park to really entice people to jump in. Third, the game rewards you for playing while also being very forgiving. The mission statement here seems to be, love cars and have fun, with this message found in almost every aspect of the game. Number 4, lots of options for lots of players. By having all these settings and options so accessible, the game becomes a modular experience for both hardcore and casual players alike. And lastly, the game is about cars and all the things that you can do with them instead of taking itself too serious as a racer. Thanks for watching, and make sure you leave a like and all that good stuff if you want to support the channel. I'm currently working on my Halo 5 review before Infinite comes out, and I will be covering the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake, so keep an eye out for that as well. Until next time, see ya!